The girl discovered something strange. Every time her younger sister got seriously ill, she would quickly recover, but the girl herself would fall seriously ill afterward, until one day she met a master, and learned that her good fortune was being drained by her sister. It turned out she had been adopted, just to absorb disasters on her sister's behalf. To save her sister, the girl almost died in a car accident, yet the sister only had a few scratches, and was surrounded by concern and care from the parents. But when they saw the girl near death, they actually felt relieved. What they didn't know was that the girl could see things others couldn't. Now that the adopted mother believed her daughter's calamity had passed, and the girl was no longer useful, especially after she had taken the ambassador role meant for the sister. They couldn't wait to kick her out, but the moment she stepped out the door, she was surrounded by a fleet of luxury cars. As she stood in confusion, a helicopter descended from above, and her older brother stepped out from the cabin. After hearing his explanation, she found out she was the true daughter of one of the 4 great families, and that so-called mountain home was actually land owned entirely by her family. Soon, she followed her brother home, but it didn't take long for her to realize this place wasn't as warm as she had imagined. Besides her father and grandfather, who truly welcomed her, everyone else seemed less than pleased. Her return had clearly threatened someone's status. When her brother introduced their father, the girl shyly called him dad. At that moment, the second wife quickly stepped up to show favor, and even arranged a room for her. But the third wife's son was clearly upset, accusing her of stealing his sister's room, and that the only young lady in this house should be the one who had always lived here. The girl instantly saw this sister wasn't simple, but what surprised her was that her brother stood up to defend her. For the first time, she felt what it was like to belong. Not long after, she went out into the courtyard, only to notice a maid with an ominous aura. She was about to speak up when her adoptive mother and sister showed up, mistaking the maid for the girl's biological mother. They began mocking her with cold sarcasm, but the girl also saw that both of them were wrapped in the same dark energy. She calmly warned them not to wander around carelessly, but they didn't appreciate it, and cursed her on the spot. Just as the butler was about to explain the girl's true identity, her brother appeared. The sister eagerly ran up to greet him, only to be completely ignored. The adoptive mother quickly said the girl came from a humble background, and she was teaching her proper family manners, but the girl immediately exposed her lie. Furious, the woman raised her hand to discipline the girl as before, but the brother stepped in front of her and made it clear this wasn't a place for them to cause trouble. The noise drew the father's attention. Learning who the visitors were, he welcomed them with a polite smile and asked them to explain their purpose. Feeling smug, the adoptive mother said her real daughter was supposed to represent the city, but the adopted one had taken the spot. Hearing this, the father asked what was the name of the person who took the role. She proudly shouted the girl's name and mocked her in front of everyone, but after hearing the father's next words, she and her daughter instantly froze.